Hi Gone Buddies. So I thought that today some personal reflections might be in order. We might ask ourselves, what's speaking Ngarla like? Well, I'm a native Swedish speaker, and when it comes to the sounds, it so happens that we have most of these sounds in Swedish. We don't have but that's a sound I learned to produce as I was studying English in school as a kid. Swedish has the flapped R, and if you are familiar with the flapped R and can produce that, producing a sharp trill, r, as in ngara, is not really a challenge. Swedish didn't used to have w, but that's a sound that came in together with the World Wide Web in the 1990s. And as it so happens, Swedish has developed a number of retroflex consonant sounds from earlier consonant clusters. So in that way, in that sense, ngara is not really a challenge. There are a couple of other things that I find more challenging. Something I have noted when I haven't had reason to speak English or ngara much for a period of time, and then start doing so, is that my jaw muscles start to hurt after a day or two. That is because I use them so differently and move the mouth so differently when speaking English or ngara compared to when speaking Swedish. And in ngara, you move the tongue up and down and back and forth all the time. We have no less than 5 places of articulation, for example. And just to give you one example of what might happen, we have a ngara statement here, Wurrangkurakurrungura ngayinyu. We camped or stayed at the place where there are many river red gum trees. The river red gum tree is a type of eucalypt they have in Australia. So the first word here, Wurrangkurakurrungura, 21 letters, means at the place where there are many river red gum trees. So here we have 4 R sounds. And what happens is that for the first one, you need to have the tip of the tongue pointing forwards, wurra. Then you need to tilt it back for gura. Then it goes forwards again for guru, and then back for ngora. Wurrangkurakurrungura. So back and forth, back and forth. Another thing that is a bit of a challenge for me is nasals. Swedish, you see, only really has 2 nasal phonemes. The bilabial one, and the other nasal. The other nasal can be realized as n, ng, and so on, and it all depends on context. But in Pama-Nyungan languages, you need to produce the right nasal in the right context, and that's a bit of a challenge. So, Wurrangkurakurrungura ngayinyu, that's a statement I have used for a number of years to impress people with. Maybe you can do that too, if you practice for a bit. And I think I will leave you with that thought for today. So, I will. See you later.